Okay, we're rolling right into it. Day two. Day two is a fun one. We are starting with ballistic squat in a bar hang. 4 times through. This is fairly self-explanatory. Ballistic means you're bouncing at the bottom part of your motion. Bouncing is relative, it's more of a controlled pulse. So you're gonna find the bottom of your squat, hips sit back, you're pushing through your heels, and you're control pulsing for 20 seconds. It's proven that when you ISO or go ballistic in a certain range of motion, you get stronger within 20 degrees of that motion. So you're actually getting stronger within 20 degrees in your hips when you just ISO at the bottom. So you're sitting at the bottom, 20-second pulse. Then you're gonna find any bar, pull-up bar, whatever you can hang from. You're gonna hang there with your feet off the ground for 20 seconds as well. So you just find a bar, hang there for 20 seconds. Try to activate your scaps and your rotator cuff a little bit, so you don't have to pull up, but at least like pinch your shoulder blades while you're hanging there for 20 seconds, drop down, ballistic squat for 20 seconds. By the way, all you need for this workout is 2 dumbbells, a bench, and a bar for the bar hang, but that's it. 2 dumbbells and a bench, and obviously a positive attitude. So, 2 dumbbell front squat is the next one. It is a little bit progressed version of the goblet squat. 2 dumbbell front squat, dumbbell chest supported row for your back, and a hip flexor stretch to feel good. So, a 2 dumbbell front squat. What this is engaging more is your core, as well as obviously your lower half. What you're gonna do is hold those 2 dumbbells with your palms facing you. So palms facing you, your elbows can separate again for counterbalance. What you're gonna do is hip sit back, same squat form, you're pushing through your heels and pop up through at the bottom. Make sure to get full hip extension at the top. Do not hyperextend, terrible for your back. Hips sit back, knees pointed out, push through. Another thing on your squats that I didn't say in the other video is if you're squatting and you see your knees coming in or you feel your knees coming in while you come up, that is no good. That will make tight IT bands, that will make your hips tight, your lower back tight, and make everything all effed up. So when you're squatting, focus on pointing your knees outwards more than inwards. Okay, so that was 2 dumbbell front squat. Now we have a dumbbell chest supported row. You could use the same dumbbells as you use for the squat. You want to go about 1 or 2 clicks up on a bench. Put the dumbbells on either side of the bench. You mount the bench. Head over top of it, so don't be down here. Head over top. You're going to grab your load. From here, all we're going to do is just like the TRX row, you row to 90 degrees and then let back down. What you're trying to do is aim the dumbbells towards your pockets here and let back down. 90 degrees pockets, shoulders are pinched back, and we're releasing. So go heavy on this. I know you're gonna be strong on this one. Pull up nice and tight and let yourself down. I believe I have you doing 12 of them. So pretty high reps, but it's gonna feel really nice. After that, when you're doing a hip flexor stretch, you're gonna find this 90-90 lunge position again. All you're gonna do, this knee is now on the ground. This is just purely a feel good. You're not gonna sweat for this one. All you're gonna do is this foot out a little bit. You're gonna keep your core on top of you. A lot of people like to do this one and they completely let their core go and their hip flexor go. What I want you to do instead is squeeze this back butt cheek and try to drive this knee through the ground. So squeezing here, pinch, you're gonna feel this hip flexor start to stretch. That is a good thing, that's exactly what you're going for. So drive your hips forward, pinch this butt cheek, and you're gonna feel that hip flexor go. You're just gonna pulse through this 5 times. So come into it, come out of it. You're just doing that 5 times. You should just be dynamic stretching instead of static stretching. Okay, static stretching is for after your workout, dynamic is for during and before. Okay, so that's block 2, 2 dumbbell front squat, 2 dumbbell chest supported row, and hip flexor stretch. Okay, then we have a dumbbell loaded glute bridge. We're gonna crush your buns a little bit. That's what I should show you. Up, over. Dumbbell loaded glute bridge, shoulder touches, and ankle mobility. Again, 2 lifts and a stretch. Day 2 is about feeling good as well. So, you're gonna need your bench for this dumbbell loaded glute bridge. You're gonna need a dumbbell. You could also use a barbell or those pre-loaded bars, like an 80 or a 60-pound pre-loaded bar. But you're gonna go heavy on this because you're strong enough for that. What happened here? Okay, sorry, thought my phone was back. Whoa! Alright. So, loaded glute bridge. You are sitting on the bench at first with the load on your hips. From here, you're gonna slide off the bench until half of your back is on the bench. That's a good place to be. You can hold on to the weight, you can let it go. I like to hold on. What you're trying to do here is with your core intact, so keeping your core 30% taut, you're gonna extend your hips, push through your heels into the ground. Okay, and then with my core turned on still, I'm coming back down. What you don't want to do is this. Look how my core is super flexible and my spine is doing this. You want to keep your spine really braced and rigid in this one. So, hips sit back, you push through your heels and your big toe towards the sky. Come back down. Don't hyperextend, just go to neutral, squeeze your butt, come back down. 15 of these is going to crush you if you have the right weight. I want you to be burning on this one, so if you have to grab, you know, I don't know, 100-pound dumbbell, do that. I'd probably start with somewhere around, you could probably do like 70 or so, but your legs are freaking juiced, so go heavy on it. 15 loaded glute bridges, shoulder touches for 20. We're back into push-up position. Shouldn't surprise anyone. This is a very strong position. Knees locked, butt pinch, core tight. Now what you're gonna do in this position is touching your shoulders. Seems fairly simple. The hard part here is not letting your hips do this. Okay, a lot of people will let their hips turn side to side when they do this, then it becomes easy. You want to lock that butt tight and then keep your hips as steady as possible. That's what makes it hard. Okay, if this is way too easy for 20, put a 25-pound plate on your back. That's going to load you up enough to make it hard. All right, then an ankle mobility stretch. I'm going to turn this a little bit. So here, sorry for the whistle. I don't know if it's going to get my feet. I think it will. So, for this guy, you're going to find a wall or a rack or something. You're going to put your foot about a foot away from that rack or wall. From here, you're going to drive that knee forward, but don't let your heel come off the ground. You can also have your foot up here, but you're driving that knee. You're not letting this happen. Drive, come out of it. Drive, come out of it. You're just doing this 5 times on each side. If you can get your ankles more mobile, it's going to make your squat stronger. It's going to make your life better. It's going to make everything easier. So, mobilize your ankles. Before that, we mobilize the hips. So, they're all working together. Okay, so that was a loaded glute bridge, a shoulder touch, and an ankle mobility. Great little circuit there. You gonna be sweating? Farmer walk now. So, farmer walk around the track. That's kind of a monster. Okay, that's gonna be tough. I would grab 30 pounds or so in each hand. Could be kettlebells, dumbbells, whatever. Grab a weight, walk around the track once. After that, you're going to do nasal breathing consciously. Okay, this is your rest, but this is also a time for a little meditation state. This is a time to cool yourself down, okay, and just think about how you're treating your body like a temple and how you're just making yourself the best human possible. So, what we're going to do is nasal breathing. You're not going to use your mouth, only your nose. I don't care if you have a cold, deviated septum, whatever, just breathe through it. You're going to breathe in deeply for 3 seconds, hold for 3 seconds, out for 3, hold for 3. So it's called a box breathing. So it is in for 3, hold for 3, Out for 3. Hold for 3. Back to in. Okay, nasal breathing is shown to calm people down almost instantly. Okay, release a little nitric oxide, feel really good, stand up, and you're gonna do that 3 times, which I didn't write on here, but I will. 3 times of a lap of a farmer walk, and then 10 nasal breaths with a 3-second tempo of a box. So, that is day 2. It is a sweet lift, and concluding with awesome nasal breathing. Be super conscious on that breathing. It's going to feel really good. And then you can kind of congratulate yourself for a sweet lift. All right. Day 3 is coming up next. Dominate day 2. You got this.